Imagine this morning. You wake up, reach for your phone to turn off the alarm and check your feed, but it's not there. Wi-Fi isn't working. LTE says no service. You think, okay, just a provider glitch. But you walk outside, traffic lights are out, the store isn't accepting cards, and the GPS in your car shows a blank screen. This isn't a zombie movie script. This is what scientists call the Internet Apocalypse. Right now, in December 2025, we are at the very peak of solar cycle 25. The news is full of headlines. The sun will destroy electronics in 2026. But should we really be buying carrier pigeons, or is this just another scare tactic to get views? Today, we're going to break this down from the perspective of physics, not hype. I'll tell you what actually threatens the internet, and what the tabloids are lying about. Let's go. To understand the threat, you have to understand the enemy. Our sun isn't just a light bulb in the sky. It's a giant thermonuclear bomb that has its own heartbeat. This rhythm is called the solar cycle, and it lasts about 11 years. The sun is a big ball of spinning hot plasma, but the equator spins faster than the poles. Because of this, the sun's magnetic lines get twisted, like a rubber band on a toy plane. When the tension becomes critical, the rubber band snaps. An ejection of energy occurs. We see this as sunspots and flares. And right now, on the threshold of 2026, we are at the so-called solar maximum. The sun is currently like a moody teenager, active, unstable, and throwing charged particles at us. The most dangerous thing for us isn't just the light, but a CME, coronal mass ejection. This is a giant cloud of plasma flying through space. If Earth gets hit by this shot, our magnetosphere starts to shake. This is a geomagnetic storm. But why is everyone talking about the death of the internet right now? Because it's happened before. Only back then there was no TikTok. 1859, the Carrington Event, the most powerful geomagnetic storm in recorded history. Back then, Earth was hit by such a stream of energy that the northern lights were seen even in the Caribbean. People could read newspapers at night by the light of the sky. But the most interesting thing happened to the tech. Back then, high tech was the telegraph. Telegraph operators reported their machines shocking them, paper catching fire on its own, and some lines working even when disconnected from batteries, powered just by the electricity in the air. Now imagine, in 1859, we only had long telegraph wires. Today, our entire planet is wrapped in wires. If an event on the scale of Carrington happens in 2026, damages are estimated not in millions, but in trillions of dollars. But there is one important nuance, and it concerns the internet specifically. Most people think the internet will break because our computers will fry. That's a myth. Your laptop will likely survive, unless it's connected to a kilometer-long antenna. The real threat is underwater. The global internet relies on fiber optic cables on the ocean floor. The optics themselves are glass. Glass doesn't conduct electricity, so it doesn't care about magnetic storms. But the signal in the cable fades. To boost it, every 50 to 100 kilometers on the bottom are special devices, repeaters, and these are powered by electricity through a copper conductor running along the cable. Remember physics. If you have a very long conductor, thousands of kilometers, and a changing magnetic field, the storm, and current is induced in the conductor, a geomagnetic storm can create a voltage spike that simply melts these repeaters. If the repeaters burn out, the connection between continents vanishes. You'll be able to access a site hosted in your city, but you won't be able to connect to a server in the US or Europe. The world will fragment into local islands. Sounds scary? Yes, but let's take a breath. Scientists, including the author of the famous study, Sangeetha Abdou-Jyothi, who coined the term Internet Apocalypse, talk about probability, not a guarantee. The chance that a superstorm hits Earth directly with that specific intensity in the next decade is between 1% and 12%. It's like playing Russian roulette, but with a very large chamber. What could actually happen in 2026? 1. GPS issues. Navigation might glitch. This is bad for aviation and drones. 2. Temporary radio blackouts. Local power grid blackouts. Grid transformers are the weakest link on land, but power companies know this and have protection systems. ISPs and satellite operators, like Starlink, aren't sitting idle either. They can temporarily shut down equipment to wait out the peak of the storm. So a total end of the internet for months is the worst-case scenario, almost sci-fi. More realistic is glitchy internet for a few days. So will the sun turn off the internet in 2026? Most likely no. It might cripple it, cause it to lag, but not destroy it completely. We, humans, adapt, but this solar maximum is a good reminder for us all. We are too dependent on technology. What can you do right now? Don't panic, but just in case, save important photos from the cloud to a hard drive, and maybe buy a paper map of your city, just to feel like a post-apocalyptic survivor. If you like this breakdown, hit like. It helps promote science to the masses. And subscribe so you don't miss the next video, assuming the internet survives. See you online.